All right, what's going on, y'all? This is Marvin Mitchell, and we are talking about the truth about money today. So if you in the chat, go ahead and put a one in the chat if you with me. If you're not with me, then I guess you're just not with me. But either way, I'm happy that you came on today. And today's topic is all about money, power, respect. We're talking about the truth about money. We talking about what they don't want you to know about money, and by they, it means whoever you want it to be. Because you know how we always want to say it's somebody else, but could be something that we did. But we're going to reveal some of the things to you today about the truth about money. Because the reality of it is that people have been telling you things such as, you got to go to school. You got to get an education. You got to get student loans, whatever you got to do to get out, get a good job, get a college education. So when you get an education, you go out and you get the job and you need to fund your 401k. You're going to get to pay into Social Security. You may even get a nice pension. And then at some point, you're going to be able to retire when you're 65, and you're going to be able to take money out of that account. And you're going to be able to live a happily ever after life because you took the time to save. But the truth about money is you cannot save your way to wealth. You can't save your way to wealth. In fact, you're saving your way to just being broke. Share this live. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all over. Wherever you at, share this live with about five of your friends and comment the word done. So we're going to get into the topic today. So yeah, can't save your way to wealth. Yeah, you got to be strategic. You got to be smart about your money. Why are we being misled? Well, we're being misled because you got to keep in mind that the government wants to create robots of people who are working in society that can't touch their money till you're 59 and a half. Imagine that. Imagine what they're trying to tell you by telling you that you can't touch your own money until you're 59 and a half without them taking a 10% penalty and charging you taxes at the same time. Does that sound fair? Like, it's one thing that you're going to charge me taxes and you're going to charge me a 10% penalty for touching my own money early. So how do we get bamboozled into that? Well, going back in time, people didn't use to save with 401ks, IRAs, thrift saving plans, 403bs. They save with life insurance. See, life insurance is where you can put your money, not have to pay any taxes to get the grow tax deferred. Then you can borrow against it. You can buy things. You can do whatever you want to do. You can use it for income. You can use it for whatever. Never had to worry about taxation. Well, the government didn't want you dumping big amounts of money into the life insurance policy. So guess what they did? They found it in the 80s, 401ks, IRAs, you guessed it, thrift savings plans. And what they said was, well, now we're going to put some restrictions on this where when you put the money here, you can't touch the money without a penalty until you're 59 and a half. And we get to tax you on that money when it comes out on the back end at whatever tax rate we deem necessary and we deem worthy. And you're going to be forced to take that money out and pay the taxes and pay the taxes on it at some point. That's crazy. The truth about money is that Social Security, by 2034, the Social Security Administration has said that Social Security can become extinct. Now, if you don't believe me, let me try to pull something up. When is Social Security set to run out of funds? Okay, this isn't me. Let me see if y'all can see this. Oh, shoot, that little light. I hate this camera. Okay, anyway, it says, according to May 2024, Social Security trustees report the fund reserves to help pay for Social Security benefits will run out in 2035. Without congressional intervention, retirees would then only be able to receive 83% of their full benefits. Do you hear what I'm saying? The money that we counted on for taxation, we counted on for all of these years, they're saying without government intervention, they're set to run out and we won't be able to get all of the funds that was promised to us. That's crazy. Well, what about pensions? Well, let's look at pensions. Pensions. Let's talk about pensions. Okay. This is an article on CNN that says traditional pension plans are pretty rare. Some people still have them, but they pretty rare. So jobs are going away from traditional pensions. You're responsible for saving your own money. And the reason why is that the jobs don't want the liability anymore. They're not giving you pension. So, by the way, people are not even staying at their jobs for long amounts of time anyway. So when you think about that, if pensions are not around anymore the way that they used to be, if Social Security funds are set to run out by, I said 2034, I was wrong, 2035, that's some huge problems. That is some huge problems. And if you're not doing anything about this problem, then you stuck. And I'm not even done talking about the threats of taxes in our country. What do you all think? Write in the comments. Do you think taxes are going down or taxes are going up in this country? What do you think? Taxes are going down or taxes are going up? What do y'all think? My guy, Keenan. Bro, you coming down to Atlanta for my next party, bro? Shout out to Keenan. That's Papa Chulu Dreaded in the chat. This guy surprised me, came all the way from Tampa, flew into St. Louis. Some of y'all scared to come to St. Louis because y'all think St. Louis, you're going to land in St. Louis and get shot. This guy flew out, came to support me. That's what's up. I appreciate that. I appreciate people who ain't afraid to support. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't support. People don't support nowadays. So shout out to you. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Taxes are most likely going up. So what are you doing to plan for taxes going up? I'm telling you, this is going to be a big deal. It's going to be a huge deal. What's your tax plan? Are you saving in the right qualified type of vehicles? Are you saving in tax-free vehicles such as Roths? Have you converted traditional IRAs over to Roth IRAs? Do you have tax-free life insurance benefits? Do you have plans to minimize your taxation? Do you have depreciation plans to depreciate your assets? Or do you have an LLC or a business? Have you put your kids on the payroll? If you have kids, have you benefited from the Augusta rule where you can rent out your house and deduct a certain amount for business expenses? You know, have you set up your properly structured trust to protect your assets against taxation as well? In fact, speaking of trust, have you actually set up your trust? Do you even have a trust? Do you have a will? Do you have protection against unexpected healthcare expenses? Do you have disability, long-term care insurance? Have you thought about these things? Or have you not thought about these things? Because most people, they're so quick to try to go out and try to find an investment that's going to triple their money overnight that they forget that having a sound financial plan is more than just having an investment. You got to have all your bases covered. You got to have the right type of risk in your accounts that you're comfortable with. You need to know your risk tolerance. You got to have an income plan. to know how much income you're expected to get throughout your years. You got to have a healthcare plan. You got to have a tax plan to minimize taxes, and you need an estate plan, which means you need to avoid probate if something were to happen to you. But some of y'all ain't did any of that. So this got to be the season. This got to be the rest of the year that you say, I'm about to take action. I'm going to take action. So are you taking action or are you not taking action? You know what? From what I teach, I'm going to tell y'all this. I should have 1,000 people right now listening to this live and watching me on YouTube. But I'm going to tell y'all don't want to hear about this. Y'all don't want to hear about this. I'm just trying to save y'all life, because financial literacy is fun if you know how to do it. Financial literacy is one of the top skill sets that everybody needs to learn, because there are a lot of people who make a lot of money, and a lot of those people who make a lot of money are still broke because they don't have financial literacy. And I'm trying to literally give y'all the game. 20 years in this game, top 1% financial advisor in the country, multiple 7-figure plus businesses. And I'm trying to give y'all the game, but guess what? People don't be watching. King G2G watches. Who else? Divine Intervention, she watches. Some of y'all watch, but you know what? This ain't y'all don't think this is a fun topic. Y'all don't think this is a fun topic, but this topic, I've helped thousands and thousands of people to have financial freedom. You know why learn about financial freedom should be fun for you? Because when you truly learn about financial freedom, when you truly learn about financial literacy, you're going to be able to travel anywhere you want, do whatever you want, spend time where you want to spend time, make the decisions that you make, not based on a job, but based on the fact that you have the freedom. That's fun. I'm telling you, it's fun when I'm able to lay out on a beach and travel to the Amalfi Coast and simply be laying down, doing a quick little live teaching about finances. That's fun. You know, it's fun when I'm able to help people to lead their job so they can spend more time with their family. That's fun. That's fun. So, but you got to learn this financial literacy. Y'all got to, I'm telling y'all, you got to stick. You got to stick to understanding the knowledge of what I'm teaching you today. If you keep following the old traditional way, you're going to get the old traditional results, which is why so many people are broke and they run out of money before they pass away. You don't want to grow old and broke. You don't want to be a burden on your family. You want to learn this knowledge. So I teach y'all about, you know, the basics of taxes, healthcare, estate planning, legacy, life insurance. The truth about money is that y'all need to book a consultation. So how do you book a consultation? I just got that question. Just go to wealthcreationcall.com, www.wealthcreationcall.com. And you can book some time with my team. When you go to wealthcreationcall.com, you can go ahead and book some time with my team. I also want to make sure that y'all get more knowledge. I'm doing a 5-day challenge where I'm teaching about the 5 levers of wealth creation. I'm teaching about how to get out of debt fast, how to build wealth fast. I'm teaching about how to get financially free, how to build passive income that's going to work even when you don't work anymore. And I'm teaching you how to protect your assets with a trust, how to leverage your money and grow it super fast by learning to trade options. I'm teaching all of these things in my class. And in order to attend that class, you got to sign up for my 5-day challenge. And that is transformyourwealthchallenge.com. So that's www.transformyourwealthchallenge.com. So when you click on that link, or when you go to that site, if you're on YouTube right now, I should have it in the I should have it on my YouTube. But when you actually visit this site, you're going to be able to join my 5-day challenge, which I highly recommend, because I'm giving y'all some advanced game if y'all want it for cheap. So let me see. With that being said, let's do this. If y'all have a question for me, we're gonna do a quick Q&A. If y'all have a question for me, go ahead and type it in the comments, put it in the chat. You're on YouTube, put it on YouTube. IG, put it on IG. Facebook, put it in Facebook, whatever it is. My team is looking at all the questions. So go ahead. If you have a question, type it in the chat. And let me go ahead and take some time to answer a few questions. Mondays is difficult for me, y'all. Today is Monday as I record this. I'm telling y'all, this is my one busy, super busy day. I had 4 meetings back to back to back. And I've been in meetings right now for the last 6.5 hours. And then I'm doing this podcast, following doing that. So I'm definitely putting in that work today. I almost didn't do this. I almost didn't record this video. I was like, I'm tired. I ain't gonna do it. Then I had to remember I had to get past my feelings and emotions and do what's necessary. So that's why I'm doing this right now. Yeah, definitely. Life insurance literacy is in there as well. Transformyourwealthchallenge.com. What is the best financial play that you have learned and executed? Great question. I really like the 4-way play. That's one of my favorite things. It's called the 4-way play. What is when you build yourself up a life insurance policy properly structured with the correct amount of cash value and the lowest amount of death benefit. You pay less fees and more of your money goes to cash value. Then you go out and you get funding because your credit is good. You get business funding. So now you go out and you take that funding and you turn that credit into cash and you go out and buy you an asset. Then you immediately take the life insurance policy and pay off the credit card. Now you got the life insurance policy growing tax-free as if you never touched it. Your credit card is completely paid off, and now you got all the points from the credit card, and now you have an asset such as real estate earning income from you. So you making money 3 times off the same dollar, and then when the real estate grows enough, you do a home equity line of credit against that real estate. Use that as a down payment to buy another real estate property. And now you got your money working 4 times off the same dollar. You're taking all of the money that you're making from the income from the real estate, and then what you're doing is you're taking it to pay down the loan balance of the insurance policy that you borrowed against. Now, you don't have to pay it off because if you don't, it's subtracted from your death benefit. But I recommend you do pay it off because when you do pay it off, then you're going to allow your ability to borrow more in the future so you can have bigger projects to happen. So that's called the 4-way play, one of my go-to plays when I'm looking to accumulate wealth. So let's see. Someone said, can you say that over again? I'm out of breath saying it one time. Let me see. Let's see. The next question. Let's see. It's going too fast. Let me. All right. I'm trying to get y'all last question in. Okay, here's another question. Okay. How much assets do I have to have? How much assets do I have to be a part of all of this? I mean, it's no really limit. There's really no. I have people who are millionaires, and then people who are trying to get by. Financial literacy is financial literacy. You know what I mean? Financial literacy is financial literacy. The principles are the principles, no matter how much money you have. So I would say, hey, the best way to get started is to get started. Okay, let me see. When you say you have over 400 units of real estate, is that sole ownership or are you part of a bigger team? Great question. So I do own some real estate solo, but when I say over 400 units of real estate, what I mean is that I'm a part of 400 over 400 units. So some of those units are in one building. So for example, I own a unit, 76 unit property in St. Louis, another 100 unit property in Atlanta. I own a 42 unit in Ohio. So all three of those deals, I do have partners within that deal. I do have partners within that deal. So you don't have to do this stuff by yourself. You don't have to do this stuff by yourself. This is a team sport. Real estate can be a team sport. So when you pool your money together, you leverage your money together and you're able to get bigger deals. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's not bad at all. All right. So no, I don't own all these deals by myself. I do own some by myself, but not all of them. Next question. So why are you trying to sell me literacy on Instagram? That's a great question. First, on this particular message right now, I'm not selling you anything. I'm just quite frankly giving you free education, right? So, but why would I try to sell you on literacy when I do? Because I do have programs that I do sell individuals these programs, not expensive, but I do sell these programs. But why would I do that? That's a great question. One of the things that I've learned is that people who want everything for free are very, very seldom people who are not taking action on our own financial lives. People who want everything for free, these are people who drag down the people who are serious and they're willing to pay down, quite frankly, right? So if I am willing to pay $300, $400 into myself, guess who I want to be surrounded by? Other people who want to pay $400. But you know what? The people who say they want everything for free, the people who are willing to pay, who are the people who are going to get the results, they don't even want to be dragged down by the people who want everything for free because they're freeloaders and they're people who don't want to take advantage of the information. Because people who don't pay, they don't pay attention. I learned that a long time ago. The second thing that I learned is that people, I'm trying to teach you how to create wealth. But one of the things I know is that you can't charge what you're not willing to pay. So for people who are not willing to pay for something themselves, how are you going to get somebody else to pay you? And if you don't get anybody to pay you, then you're never going to make a career. You're never going to make any money because life is all about building up wealth. That's a part of life, right? Building up wealth. How can you build up wealth if nobody pays you? All right. So I wanted to take time to give a respectful answer to that question because I'm assuming it's coming from a good place. All right. Next question. What would you say was more profitable, commercial real estate or residential real estate? They both can be extremely profitable. I mean, I have both residential and also commercial, right? Right. So also commercial. So with that being said, as far as what do I like more? I like commercial better. The reason why I like commercial is because you can make profits a lot quicker because you're dealing with bigger numbers. It's the same amount of work. You're just dealing with bigger numbers. In fact, everybody I know who do commercial real estate, everybody that I know who do commercial real estate that went big and got 50 units, 70 units, 80 units, 100 units, they tell me the one thing that they regret is that if they know what they know now, they would have went bigger, faster. They wouldn't have thought that they had to skip steps. They wouldn't have thought that they had to start off in wholesale, then start off flipping, then do residential, then graduate. There's no graduation in real estate. You can go straight to what you want to do. And if what you want to do is multifamily apartment buildings, you can go straight to multifamily apartment buildings. It's the same amount of work, the same amount of research. What's a good start? What's a good divine intervention? What's a good start a month to pay for a property structure whole life to get results? It really depends on how much money you have and what you're looking to do. So, for example, I have people who dump in $250,000 who have the money, and I have people who do $250 a month. I would say it depends on your goal. So if you want it properly structured to generate cash value, I would look to do at least $250 a month, but hopefully more than that if you can. Sometimes people have more money than they think that they have, but they just don't know how to find the money. You can actually find the money that you're losing unknowingly and unnecessarily. When you find the money that you're losing unknowingly and unnecessarily, guess what? You can use that money to fund your policy. But yeah, I would say $250 a month. It's probably the minimum, but you need to be really thinking about the maximum that you can do. Let's see who else got something. But if y'all are looking for life insurance and trying to figure out who can help you set up your policy, we can actually help you set up your policy. Just go to wealthcreationcall.com, wealthcreationcall.com. And we can actually set up a time to meet with you, or you can join our 5-day challenge by going to transformyourwealthchallenge.com. Divine intervention, you definitely should meet with our team. Wealthcreationcall.com. All right, let me go ahead and take a couple more questions. If you do have another question, go ahead and drop it in the chat. In the meantime, let me go ahead and check my YouTube. Oh, we got some people. All right. My fault. I've been ignoring you, YouTube. Let me go ahead and answer the question. Miss Monet says, so basically, they have decades until a person hits 59 and a half to play with their money. Yes. Yes, they do. They have decades to basically play with your money and use your money and charge you taxes on that particular money and build up. They're your silent partner in the business. They're your silent partner in the business. They cannot wait. Can you get this policy if you have a past felony? I do believe you would have had to. There are some cases where you can, but I do believe it has to be 10 years or so in between that particular time frame. So, but don't quote me on that. I know there are different options and different companies who do that differently, who think about that differently. All right, you all. Another question, go ahead, drop it in the chat. All right, y'all. Well, that's it. Let me just say this. The truth about money is your team experienced as you? Yes. Yeah, they are. We all have a trained structural process that we have and that we use and that we live by. Some of people that work with me and for me have been in the business longer than I've been. They just didn't take the entrepreneur route that I took, but they are beasts when it comes to structuring a policy and helping you to do so. How many policies can you have at one time? Well, I have over 7 policies now, so you can have several policies at one time. What's the best whole life policy to go with to use as a bank? It depends. We like to use mutual-based companies because you can borrow from them quicker after about 30 days. When you go to wealthcreationcall.com and meet with our team, we're definitely going to help you with that. Um, I mean, what will the results be for $1,000 a month without the MEC rule? I don't know. It's a lot of different without the MEC rule hitting me. So it truly depends. I mean, you got to think about it. There's a lot of factors. Your health is a factor. Your age is a factor. Who you wrote the policy on is a factor. A lot of those things are factors when determining. So what you need to do is when you meet with our team, we can run a illustration for you, and we can show you what your results would look like, because it'll be very different from somebody else's results. The website is www.wealthcreationcall.com. So you can be the owner of a policy, but not be the insured in that policy and not be the beneficiary of that policy. So you can write the policy on somebody else. How do you trade options? Oh, that's a whole masterclass, and we teaching that in the 5-day challenge. We got a whole day dedicated to making sure that you learn how you can leverage money by trading options. So I borrowed from our policy and use that to trade options. So I'm gonna write that in the chat. That's www.transformyourwealthchallenge.com. So when you go to this site, take a look at that site and then get you a ticket to my 5-day challenge. And we're going to be teaching you all about trading options on that as well. All right, you all. I think that is it for today. Let me say I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for coming on, being strong. Make sure that y'all pay my Instagram a visit. Save me on YouTube as well. If you're from Atlanta, hit me up in my DM. I'll see if you're in Atlanta, then I might have you at my to meet me face to face this Sunday at my birthday celebration. So if you're in Atlanta, hit me up in my DM. Might be a chance for us to meet face to face. I will be there again Sunday evening. So with that being said, y'all, peace out. I appreciate y'all. Let's make some stuff happen. Let this be the rest of the year that we just take our finances to another level and that we make it happen. So let's go for it. Let's go out and dominate. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed and prosperous day. Let's go.